Hello friends, once again I would like to welcome all of you in this medical entrance exam pattern exercise discussion. So that is NEET pattern exercise. And now specifically this exercise is meant for students preparing for medical entrance exams so that in future they become good doctors, like from AIIMS or from any other institute. But if you are preparing for IIT JEE, also these questions are going to be helpful for you. So here I am starting the first chapter, that is electric charges and fields, and specifically the questions that I am going to discuss over here, they are meant for medical entrance exams. But let me repeat again, anyone who is preparing even for JEE or any other competitive exam will get definitely benefit from these exams. But for medical entrance exam preparing students, please take a proper understanding and look of these questions. So here let's start the question. Now see, for medical entrance exams, physics is so much important that if you are performing very well in your zoology and botany and up to some extent good in chemistry, that is normally, but if you are weak in physics, it will decide whether you are going to become a doctor or not, whether you are going to get a proper MBBS seat or a BDS seat. So something like is very important. So over here, please don't ignore physics, it will decide your selection. So here comes the first question. I am starting with the fundamentals of the topic. So the first question is basically it is based upon some statement. Fine, there are 4 statements and you have to decide which statement is incorrect. Please read the question very carefully, because normally in examination hall it happens sometimes with many students that they don't read the instructions and question carefully. So please don't commit this mistake. Now, which of the following statement is incorrect regarding the electric lines of force? Fine. So basically here I am focusing on like what are the properties of electric field lines, and then on the basis of this the question has been crafted. So first statement, one by one you have to analyze the statement, which one is correct on the basis of your understanding of electric field. So that is, there is tension in every line and it tries to pull its ends together. Fine, that is first statement. Then there is attraction between lines. Okay, just try to decode this statement. Second one, let's say I have 1 plus q charge. So for positive charge, for example, all field lines are outward in all possible directions. Okay, fine. Now there is attraction between lines. Attraction between lines, it means these 2 lines will try to come closer, these 2 lines will try to come closer, these 2 lines will try to come closer, something like that. You have to examine using this type of diagram. This is the approach I am telling you, which you have to opt in your examination hall. Then third, field direction at any point is along the tangent to the line of force passing through that point and along the direction of line of force. Now this statement I am sure at least 10-20 times you must have read. Direction of the field lines perpendicular to the field, or you can say the tangent. So moment you got this term tangent to the lines of force, it means this third statement is correct on the basis of our simple understanding. Then field intensity is proportional to number of lines. Obviously, I am sure you must have studied and your teacher must have mentioned this statement that if field lines are closer to each other, then the intensity is more, means this region more intense, this region less intense, this region less intense, and so on. So, at least statement 3 and statement 4 is correct. Let us start about statement 1 and 2. There is tension in every line and it tries to pull its ends together, and there is attraction. So, now at least one thing, if I am not very much sure about first statement, let us say I am unable to understand this first statement, but the second statement is very much clear to me that these lines never attract each other, because if they attract each other, then they have the tendency to come closer to each other. So, at least this is something which is known as you can clever approach in examination hall. Fine. So, these two statements normally you studied. This statement, attraction, no attraction acting. So, there is tension in every line and it tries to pull its ends together, obviously. That is the fact associated with the force also. So, now option 2 is something which is incorrect, that these electric field lines never attract each other. This type of statement I am sure you never studied. So, this is the clever approach. Even if few of these statements you are uncomfortable, then you should apply your brain, think logically and then try to answer, because every correct mark will give you 4, every correct question will give you 4 marks and every incorrect question will give you -1. So, out of 45, if you are attempting only 33 questions, say for example, not attempted anyone, fine, you will get marks, but out of 45 attempted 40, 33 correct, 7 incorrect, horrible situation. So, please do not do that. Now, here comes the next question. The net flux passing through a closed surface enclosing unit charge is. Now, this question is slightly twisted. In medical entrance exam, normally they have the tendency to twist the question. Simple question, but other way twisted. So, over here you may say, yes, flux is something which is associated with the epsilon naught and this value -1 or -2. What is the meaning of this? So, for this I would like to suggest all of you first read the statement. Net flux. Net flux means this is electric flux. So, obviously, let me allow to write down phi E. That symbol definitely comes in mind that this is going to be phi E. Fine. Through a closed surface. So, do not you think this is nothing but up to some extent Gauss law application type of thing. Okay. Phi E is equal to Q enclosed upon epsilon naught. Simple relation. Now, from here it is very much clear to me that next step I can write down phi E is directly proportional to epsilon to the power -1. I do not think this question require any type of interpretation or anything else. Simple question, simply you have to apply this basic formula. Now, what exactly the approach of the students? While the teacher was explaining this relation, what was your tendency? Okay, it is a very simple relation, why to listen? Now, see the beauty of the person who designed your question paper to check whether you are eligible to become a doctor or not. See, in physics even for medical entrance exam, the questions are basically there to check your minute observations. That is, if you are becoming a doctor, you should have the capability to understand even a minute symptom in the body of a person. Only then you can recommend proper medicines and all these prescriptions. So, over here the same approach, you have studied this formula n number of times, but is it possible for you to any time you analyze the relation of these terms with flux? That is, this question is simply checking. Fine. So, simple question but was looking into the aspect of your close observation habit. Fine. The two questions that till now I discussed, they are simple but somehow they required that your knowledge should be associated with the clarity of the basic concepts. Fine. Now here comes the next question. Now in this question we have to do something. What? That I will tell you. Around you may say 10% questions or 15% questions in NEET exam, they require some sort of solving. The equal point charges A and B are at a distance apart r. Fine. So there are two charges A and B and are r distance apart. Okay. There are two charges separated by a distance capital R. A third point charge placed on the perpendicular bisector at a distance d from the center will experience maximum electrostatic force. Question is simple. First I will explain the diagram at this free space. This question is simply trying to check whether you have the understanding of maxima minima, first order maxima minima required, that is normally discussed by your physics teacher moment you start your class 11th studies. Though you are from zoology botany background, not mathematics as a subject, but these formulae definitely discussed by your teacher whenever you start your class 11th preparation under the topic of basic mathematics. So we will try to analyze this. Now what is the situation? These are options, so please don't take pen right now. Actually let's say this is point A and this is point B. What is the question? Equal point charges A and B. So here a charge, equal charge, and the distance is r. Okay. Now from the center there is a charge as a perpendicular bisector and the distance is d. This distance is d and a charge is placed over here. So equal point charges, a third point charge is placed over here. Let us say the name of the point is O. Fine. You have to find the force experienced by this charge is maximum in which condition, means for what value of d in terms of r this force is going to be maximum. Okay. So without wasting your much time, I will directly jump onto the solution of this particular question. What you can say about this question? Let me allow to write down over here in this portion, because the question I explained you, so as such it is not very much required. So F is equal to KD. Now what is the meaning of KD? KD is nothing but this constant. Let me allow to write it down. Fine. And then within the bracket it is d square and this distance. Fine. This distance is going to be how much? R by 2. So it is going to be r square by 4 plus r square by 4 whole to the power minus 3 by 2. Fine. Now this expression is something which is required in terms of the force acting. What is the maximum value of force? That is dF by dr. Fine. You have to find dF by dr, and then after solving you will get the value in terms of this option number 1. My emphasis from this question is not that step by step I am going to solve. No. My simple emphasis is please revise your basic mathematical formulae. Utmost important. 1 or 2 questions definitely you will get. Even if step by step I provide the solution of this problem, Ultimately the solution is going to be like this. By putting df by dr is equal to 0, you will get the solution. But problem is, if you are not revising basic mathematics, that is integration, differentiation, first order derivatives, some properties of vectors, then you are going to lose minimum 8 to 12 marks, means 2 to 3 questions. This question is from electrostatics, but very clever use of the process of checking whether you have the understanding of basic mathematics or not. For me, solution is not important. For me, the sensitization to you that yes, you have to revise these basic mathematics tools, utmost important. Fine. So, if you are watching this video, it's my humble request to all of you, please revise these basic mathematics, vector, integration, differentiation, some amount of matrix determinant solution, because that is required for the cross product in rotational motion. Fine. So, this is going to be the approach, and correct answer is going to be r upon root 2 root r, because these questions somehow available in various domain. Fine. My point, my duty, my approach is to sensitize you enough so that you don't consider that this is important, this is not important. See, this entire question, diagram, you can draw, everything you can do. But if you don't have the understanding of first order derivative, maxima, minima, basic mathematics, meaningless. So, please avoid these type of mistakes. Fine. In your preparation, and many times I received this statement from medical stream students, sir, mathematics is not my subject. Fine, but physics is your subject, and mathematics is the language of the physics. Unless and until you not learn some basic mathematics, it's not going to be anyway useful for you to score properly in physics. Fine. Now, here comes the next question. A particle of mass m and carrying charge minus q1 is moving around a charge plus q1 along a circular path of radius r. Find period of revolution of charge minus 1. First, let me tell you what is the mentality behind this question. Obviously, the mentality is in this question to check how fast you can calculate, because the more accurate you are in your calculation, obviously there must be some credit goes to you. So, make your not only basic mathematics, but your calculation also very good. Fine. Now, in this question, what exactly required? So, first I am going to draw the diagram, then concept. I am sure after taking the look of the diagram, everyone will find himself or herself comfortable in this particular approach. The diagram, because this space is available, so I think it's better to draw the diagram over here. Now, a particle of mass m carrying charge minus q1 is moving around a charge plus q1 along a circular path. Fine. So, first thing that I am going to do is, this is charge q1, fine, plus q1. There are two charges. Name of first charge Mr. plus q1, and this one is Mr. minus q1. So, don't get confused why q1 q1. One is q1, same school student, but with minus sign, and this one is with plus sign. Now, let's say on this circular path, this q1 is revolving. Here the suffix is same, but charge type is different. If you have any confusion, let me allow to write down it in this fashion, and I think I did that. So, let's change it as q2. Fine. Now, I hope everyone is going to be comfortable. My point was putting it in such a manner that it may possible that two people with the same name but with different habits. Fine. So, minus q1 and plus q1, and let's say the mass of this charge is m. Now, students, please try to summarize the concepts that we are going to utilize over here. What are the concepts? The concept is, motion is circular, so centripetal force will act. Repeating, circular motion, so centripetal force will act, obviously. centripetal force will try to bifurcate these two. Fine. Now, if it will try to bifurcate these two, then what is essentially required for you to write down the expression? Then what I will say? I will say Coulombian force of attraction, because one is positive, another is negative. Coulombian force of attraction will try to bind together, and this centripetal force has the tendency, outward tendency. Fine. So, what I can write down simply at this place, F centripetal is equal to F electrical. This is the crux of the matter. Fine. What we have to find out? We have to find the period of revolution, that is T is equal to 2 pi r upon v type of thing. This is the general formula for the time period of a particle moving in circular path. Now, ultimately we have to find the value of v, because the value of radius is given as r. So, for this value what we have to write down? We have to write down mv square upon r is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r square. Any student can solve this problem as such, and this is a previous year question. I mean a few years back it was asked. So, from here what you can say? You can say v square is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 over mr, because this r square get cancelled with this r. Fine. So, once you get the value of v and put the value of v over here. So, what I can say? I can say, please take a look, from, let us say it is 2, from 1, from 2, using value of v in 1. Fine. So, simply you have to put this value, that is under root 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon mr over here, and then you have to solve it. So, after solving you will get this as a correct option. Now, this is something you need not to remember, because ultimately if this question I am asking you 10 times, obviously you have to solve this question 10 times. Approach I mentioned, and this calculation, I mean the way you can calculate also I mentioned. The only thing that I am not doing is just by putting the values and arranging the terms. That I am not doing, because that is very trivial thing and anyone can do that. Fine. Important is concept and important is your approach as such. Fine. Now, it comes next situation, and my honest effort or mentality was to pick up the questions to give you a actual feel. Fine. How exactly you can prepare. Now, here comes this fifth question, and in this question even you need not to pick your pen. If the concept is clear in your mind, you are going to very much comfortable, and if the concept is not clear, then it is going to be difficult for you. Fine. Now, please try to understand this question. An uncharged sphere of metal is placed in a uniform electric field, fine, placed by two oppositely charged plates. The lines of force will appear as. I will give you the idea, but I will not tell you the exact solution, that which diagram is correct. The only last statement I will miss deliberately. Reason being, after explaining entire concept, if I will finally hold that line that this one is correct option, then it will create some sort of feeling in you, okay, I will have to find out the correct solution of this, and I simply want to do that. Because if I am explaining you 100 problems and if you are not putting effort from your side, my 100 problems are meaningless. Moment you will get 101 problem, you are again going to land in a more big problem. So listen my statements, and deliberately I place this question just for the sake of that approach. Everything I will explain. Over here also I will mention 2-3 terms: paramagnetic, diamagnetic, ferromagnetic. So whenever you are studying these things, whether it is chapter number 1, but because you are appearing for your entrance exam, so I am sure you have completed the entire topic. So paramagnetic, ferromagnetic, diamagnetic, how they react with the external magnetic or electric field, that is something you can also correlate, because in physics if you are studying each and every topic separately, it is going to be very difficult. Listen, uncharged sphere of metal, first catch point. What type of metal? Metal means conductor. So moment you see this term, then the point should come in your mind. It means if a charge is placed onto the surface of this metal, entire charge will redistribute itself on the surface. Now that statement is anyway not related over here, but if you are thinking like this, it means by one question you are trying to revise your 3-4 concepts. Okay, uncharged, another catch term. Uncharged, initially it has no charge, is placed in a uniform electric field. And who is producing the uniform electric field? These plates, positively charged plate and negatively charged plate. Fine, they are producing field, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Now students, because in a 2-dimensional diagram it is quite difficult to visualize anything which is happening in 3 dimension. Fine, more difficult is, let us say this diagram, no line through and over here some lines. So it means what? It means in this sphere as such no field line, and in this sphere field line is passing, something like that. Now these 2 diagrams are simple. These 2 diagrams somehow catching our attention. Why? See the beauty of the field lines over here. Fine, and see the beauty of field lines over here. What I would like to suggest, please everyone, when I am not, definitely as per my promise, I will not utter even a single word about which one is correct option. This is something that you have to find out. Only one question, it is a simple homework, just 1 line answer. Fine, so you have to put your focus on these 2 diagrams. Please try to find out what exactly the meaning of this diagram, not for this question, but in general when after watching the video you are revising these things or you are trying to find out the correct answer. Fine. So now why you will discard this? It is showing simply that no field lines passing through the metallic conductor. Over here it is passing. Is it possible for a metal conductor to allow passes of field lines through it? No, it is not like that, not allowed. No field, the statement is simple. If you place some charge on a metal sphere at any point inside or outside, it will redistribute itself onto the surface. Number 1. So once it will redistribute itself on the surface, then inside the conductor using Gauss law, field is going to be 0. Now please realize the beauty. Beauty is what? Each and every topic or concept is correlated with each other. See the Gauss law. Fine. Now charge plates, the line of force will appear. Now line of force appear means the line of electric fields, those are coming into picture because of this positively charged plate and negatively charged plate. How this electric field will interact, will react, will talk, will try to maintain its relation with this uncharged metallic sphere. Fine. I think if even a single line after this I will say, then everything is going to clear. So over here deliberately I am stopping my words. Please, for this question number 5, revise this concept, and this question is somehow you can say correlated with question number 1 of this same presentation. Fine. Now here comes this next question. And in this question again, you need not to pick your pen. If the concept is clear in your mind, 1 second will take. Now see, one more important, very important thing. Out of 45 questions, if you are well prepared with respect to concepts, 10 to 12 questions you can mark correctly in just 6 to 7 minutes. Now for this particular question, answer is 0. So hardly it will take for me 10 seconds to mark. For me, I mean not for me, but for any hard-working student who has some basic understanding of the concept. Now let me allow to explain how, why. Fine, listen. A hemispherical surface of radius r is kept in a uniform electric field. Hemispherical surface means take a solid sphere, cut half of the portion, hemispherical bowl or surface has been created and put it in the external magnetic electric field. Flux through the curved surface. Flux through the curved surface. Flux means what? Flux means number of field lines passing through the area. Now many of you may say, sir, this line is passing through, this line is passing through, this line is passing through, then why you are saying 0? For all those great students, my simple advice is please revise these basic things. Fine. The flux through the curved surface, it is not about how many field lines are passing. Flux is something which is associated, is equal to phi. Phi means E into A, that is E dot ds. What you can write down about phi? Phi E is equal something E dot ds, enclosed. Is it like that any field line is enclosing over here? Not at all. I earn 10 rupees, I invested 10 rupees somewhere else, so right now in my pocket nothing. Fine. So enclosed is what? Nothing is enclosed. So these type of questions, the big diagram, big language, just to create panic, nothing else. If you are cool, committed and comfortable in composite nature, in that examination hall, you are going to find all these things very simple. Till now, I tried my best to maintain the variation in the question's nature. Fine. Calculation, conceptual, basics, every how I am trying, anyhow I am trying to give you at least the biggest possible spectrum of explanation of these questions. Fine. Now here comes the next question. Fine. Now this question, I love this question, reason being very simple question, but if you are not reading the problem with cool mind, you are not going to get the solution of this question. Before explaining the question, let me mention a name in front of you. Name is J.J. Thomson. Thomson performed an experiment to find the specific charge ratio, that is E by M ratio. I am sure you must have studied this concept in chemistry also. E by M. And this is something which is known as specific charge. Fine. Now look into the question, then I will explain the solution. 3 particles are projected. We don't know anything about these particles. They are from India, they are from America, they are from Russia, they are protons, they are electrons, neutrons, what they are, no idea. Okay. In a uniform electric field with the same velocity, but A, B, C, who they are, I don't know, but it is given that their velocity is same moment they were entering into the electric field. Now, which particle has the highest charge to mass ratio, means which particle has highest value of E by M. Now, you may ask a question to me, sir, when it is not given that which particle is electron, which particle is proton, which particle is what, alpha particle, how you can find out? So, the answer of E by m I will not find out, nobody will tell me, but this figure itself telling that which particle has mass to ratio highest or maximum. How? So, students, one statement, if a charged particle is entering in a magnetic field, let us say perpendicular, then it has the tendency to move in a circular path. Similarly, if a charged particle, if a particle, why to say charged particle? If a particle is entering in the electric field and it has no charge, listen carefully, the diagram itself will decode. If this particle has no charge, then what will happen? No problem, I will keep on moving. I have nothing to do with the electric field, straight line. But here it is not like that. A, B, C all are deflecting from their linear path. It means what? It means they have charge. Fine. The diagram itself told me that I have charge. Okay. Now, C, B, A. The deflection of a particle, charged particle in electric field is given by this relation, that is y is equal to E, y means, just a second, y, x and z. Fine. So, y is equal to E upon twice mv square into x square. Now, few of you may say, this is very clever teacher, he mug up this formula and then he is writing this formula. It is not like that. We derived this result while we were discussing this topic during the discussion of the first chapter, that motion of a charged particle in an electric field. So, parabolic, no one can stop me, fine, by showing like this, okay, no problem. So, from here let me allow to arrange the terms. E by m is something that you have to find out. So, let us try to arrange the term. E by m is equal to twice y, the same equation I am doing something, into v square upon E x square. Students, now please take the look of the question, and in this expression velocity is same, I have nothing to do with velocity. 2, I don't know who is 2. Then comes E is same, go back to home, I have nothing to do with you. Now consider the situation, only this y is going to decide everything, because x is similar, they are coming out at the same distance x, fine. So, ultimately important is going to be y. So, which particle has this as shown with the has highest charge to mass ratio? Now, C is the particle which has highest charge to mass ratio, because if the highest value, then deflection is also going to be highest. Now, in this particular question, one simple formula that at point of time of discussing this topic, I am sure you must have worked hard for that. So, this is the simple approach over here. Here comes your next question. Now, two pith balls carrying equal charge, this is one pith ball, this is one pith ball. They are carrying equal charges and suspended from a common point by a string of equal length, fine, and equilibrium separation between them is r. What happened after that? I reduced the length of the string by y by 2. The equilibrium separation between the balls now become how much? Now, this question is something that requires some sort of understanding and calculation of the steps. Fine. So, I am going to resolve those steps. From here, let us say this angle is theta, and moreover, what will happen? The electric force will act in this direction horizontally, and this weight is act downward. So, this is mg and this is F. Fine. Now, over here what I will say, that tan theta is equal to y by 2 upon y. Fine. So, no, r by 2, because the distance is r, sorry, the distance is r by 2 upon y. Also, tan theta is equal to F upon mg. Fine. But F is equal to k q square upon r square. So, from here what you can say? You can say y is directly proportional to r cube. So, now you are going to get two relations. Another is y by 2 is going to be directly proportional to r prime cube. So, from here r prime upon r whole cube is equal to it is going to be y by 2 by y. When you solve it, you will get the resultant as r upon 3 root to the power 3. Fine. So, this is the simple explanation of the topic. Let us come the most important aspect, and that is, in medical entrance exam there are 5 questions based upon, that is statement, fine, reason assertion. So, in reason assertion, please do not remember these points. Why? In examination they may give you different terms, like here I am saying if assertion is true statement but reason is false, then mark 3, but they may say something else. So, first advice, please read 4 statements very carefully. Now, I am going to apply these statements over the discussion of the problems. Fine. And this is just for a symbolic representation of how you should attempt these reason assertion type questions. Negatively charged body means that body has gained electrons. Yes, negative charge means what? You place some electrons. While a positively charged body means body has lost some of electrons. Well understood. Charging process involves transfers of electron. Both are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. So, the correct answer is going to be 1. Very simple question. Then comes this next question. A point charge cannot exert force on itself. Yes, now this point will up to some extent force you. Whether it is correct or incorrect, let us say this is the point charge. Is it possible for this point charge to put a force on itself? Not at all. Then Coulomb force is a central force. So, point charge cannot exert force on itself, it is correct. Coulomb force is a central force, conservative force, it is also correct. But there is no relation between these two statements. So, correct option is 2. Both are correct, but no one is explaining anyone. So, students, this was the discussion associated with 10 selective problems, just to give you the feeling how you should prepare properly for your medical entrance exam. Please try to follow this approach for studying the problems in each and every topic. So, over here I would like to say thanks to all of you for attending this session. Please take care of yourself, keep revising, best of luck.